Welcome back to FPL guys. The international break is over and I can finally tell you that I am excited to do FPL content again. In this video, I'll just be reviewing my Game Week 7 team, how they performed, what I could have done to improve, and also possible transfers ahead of Game Week 8. I would also be talking about Mo Salah, what to do with him, and possible wildcard tips in case you haven't used your wildcard yet and you're deciding or thinking of using it for Game Week 8. If you're new around here and you like what you've seen so far and excited for what you're about to see, please like, subscribe, and let's get straight into the video. So for Game Week 7, my team had 79 points. I actually used a bench boost and I would say it was pretty decent. It was fair. Personally felt I could have come out with more, considering the fact that over the past 4 game weeks, I've been racking 20 plus points on my bench. Yes, 20 plus points. Then the one time I decided to use my bench boost, I got 9 points off the bench. But it's okay because the plan was to actually go ahead and use the bench boost anyways. My team did fairly well because Semenyo got bulk of the points. He got 18 points. And to be honest, if you don't have Semenyo in your teams right now, I do not know what you're trying to prove. Erling Haaland got 16 points with captaincy. João Pedro still blanking. Gabriel got the 9-pointer. Donnarumma finally getting a clean sheet while playing for me, got 6 points. Van de Ven 2 points, and Bruno Fernandes, well, got the 3-pointer, but he's probably one player I am really happy to transfer out, because originally my wildcard team wasn't supposed to consist of Spurs players. Like right now you can see me, I'm tripling up on them, and originally I had Timber and Gabriel, and if I was going to use my bench boost, I would have probably had Timber on the bench for this game and he will have probably still delivered because that was the original plan. But I got greedy because I felt like Spurs against Wolves would have been a walkover for Spurs, and they also had leads, so I was trying to capitalize on back-to-back fixtures, but it wasn't to be. And sometimes in FPL, it's also a reason to say or to show why you shouldn't be too greedy. Just trust the process, and well, you don't always have to play safe, but sometimes playing safe is actually the best line of action. So let's actually go into possible transfers I'll be doing for Game Week 8. So I'm not going to waste too much time on this section. So for Game Week 8, I have 2 free transfers in the bank and I have 2 players I already know I want to bring in. So the first one is Ismail Assar. Ismail Assar is a tricky one because he has Bournemouth next and also Arsenal immediately after that. After that, their fixtures are actually very good, pretty good, at least considering from a Palace standpoint. Right now, you might be wondering, why are you trying to bring Ismail Assar in right now? Well, the first reason, because if I'm doing anything, I like to have like a thought process behind it. And if it doesn't go out well, at least I follow the thought process and I'm happy with that. First thing is Bruno Fernandes has to go. 9 million player, like his own penalty is quite all right, but it's not enough for me because I'm not just comfortable with how Amorim is running Manchester United right now. It's actually the main reason why I thought he was going to get something, because they played Sunderland next, and I was just like, not next, like they played Sunderland. Before they played Sunderland, the thought process I had was bringing in Fernandes for a two fixture run. But Brentford didn't work out, and Sunderland, he didn't get any points from there. And he also missed a penalty against Brentford. If I didn't have Bruno Fernandes, I'll have had more points because Gabriel would have played and gotten me the 13-pointer instead of being on the bench. And Timber would have also been on my team. But it's in the past. Fernandes will be leaving for Ismail Assar to actually give us some cash as well. And Ismail Assar is a player that scores even in the big games. So I'm pretty confident about bringing in Ismail Assar. He's also a player I've always wanted to bring in. You won't believe that from Game Week 1, instead of Rodgers, Ismail Assar was supposed to be that player. But I just picked Rodgers, and it is what it is. So Ismail Assar is a no-brainer. The other player I'm going to be bringing in is Timber, because I was skeptical about his minutes. But the one main reason why I don't have Raya as my goalkeeper and why I have Donnarumma is because I wanted an Arsenal defender. So Raya is an option to get into the Arsenal defense, but right now he costs 5.7 million. He's not worth it for a goalkeeper. No goalkeeper is worth 5.7 million. That's almost 6 million. You could go for Pope if you wanted an option, or you could go for another budget goalkeeper, to be honest. So Timber is nailed on, it looks like. So I'm going to take the risk on that. I want to actually double up on the Arsenal defense because their fixture or their games are actually very good. Right now, I think they play Fulham next After Fulham, it's Palace. And after that, they actually have they have Arsenal and Chelsea right now have the best run of fixtures. So Timber is going to be coming in there for Romero. Romero is going to be going out. And my team, I like Waldemar like as a striker. Mateta is also another striker I like as well. So right now, I'm not going to be taking a hit. As you can see how my team is going to be lining up. It's going to be lining up more like a 4-4-2 setup for me at least. Because right now, Richarlison, I plan on playing Richarlison from the bench because even in the last one, he didn't start the game. And I feel like I was actually disappointed because I thought like Richarlison, according to Thomas Frank, he said Richarlison was his number 9. And I just felt like, okay, you know what, Richarlison, your time is up from my team. So he's going to be starting with the bench and I'll be taking a defensive approach for my Game Week 8 team. So as of right now, this is how it's going to be. Defensive approach, João Pedro and Haaland in front, Timber. I'm still thinking of starting Richards or Senesi. It's between one of the two, but I don't really mind Ismail Assar being in that midfield. I'm pretty confident with what I have as of right now. So let's just go straight into some wildcard tips and what to do with Mo Salah, or who's the best Liverpool asset. So the thing with Mo Salah is that he cost a lot of money. Right now, he's dropped in price. He costs 14.4 million. It's like you have a player that costs that much and he's delivering like he costs 6.5 million. I actually sold Mo Salah. I did a swap for Haaland because I just prefer a team with one of them. You can have both of them and you can have two of them with a good amount of squad depth in your team. You can actually mix and match, but I choose to just go with one because it's also easier to just find a captaincy option for game weeks because, like, you know, instead of just going for either Salah or Haaland, I just go straight for Haaland. So it's straightforward for me. However, if you still have Salah in your team, he's an easy hold. He has Man United next, then Brentford, then Aston Villa. So the fixtures are actually not so bad. This is still Liverpool we're talking about. They're going to still come back to winning ways. They lost 3 in a row, and I'm pretty sure Arne Slot is trying to get back to winning ways. They're the defending champions, and Mo Salah is the FPL champion, as far as I'm concerned. So right now, he's just starting off roughly, and I think it's mainly because he's not really as involved in the attack as he was last season. So I'm pretty sure Arne Slot wants that to happen. Besides, this is a Mo Salah that just came back from Egypt, scoring a brace and taking his country to the World Cup. So I'm pretty sure he's on high spirits, and he's going to use that high spirits to go into the Manchester United game. Salah has a fantastic record against Manchester United, the club I support. And I was this close to using a free hit, but I was like, yeah. I actually wanted to use a free hit on Game Week 8. I planned this like since I used my wildcard. Right now, I'm like, you know what? Let me just make these transfers and let me just go ahead with the season. Mo Salah is a good hold. And if you want to consider any other Liverpool option, Cody Gakpo. I wanted Isak in my team, but it feels like it's still too early. You still just don't know. Ekitike is looking sharper and sharper. You don't really know who to go for. So Mo Salah is pretty much nailed on. Szoboszlai, he's a player I would consider strongly as well. But right now, I'm just going to lay off Liverpool assets because Van Dijk is pretty good too. But if Liverpool are always going to concede goals, you just don't know what to do with them. But possible options you could go with is Chelsea players, like I said, Enzo Fernandez. He's currently flagged. We don't know what he might. I think he'll be fine to play, but we'll just have to wait for Maresca on Friday. But as of right now, I think Mo Salah is a good hold. If you don't have him, I will not rush to get him. If you want to use a free hit, that's pretty good too. But Mo Salah is a good hold, and if you have him, yeah, he's also a good captaincy option for Game Week 8. So before I conclude the video, I just wanted to show you a possible wildcard team you might want to consider. I know it looks close to what I have, right? I mean, if I draft a wildcard team, I would most likely go with players that I feel will do well. So the only player, there's a few exceptions here. I know there's Enzo in there, it's flagged, but I feel he'll play. And the thing with Enzo is that those fixture run that Chelsea have, I just can't take it from the top of my head right now, but I think they play Forest and very good run of games, and I know Chelsea will do well. There's Waldemar in there already because, like, to me, like, if you've played 4 times and you scored 3 times and one of them was against Arsenal, the best defense in the league, why won't I add you? The only reason why I'm not adding Walter in my teams because I have 2 free transfers and I'm not going to take a -4, especially with the team I have. And yeah, you could say, okay, why are you getting Senesi on a wildcard? I mean, the guy is probably now 5.0 million and he's actually a player you should have gotten, to be very honest. And right now, he's still a good buy. Bournemouth are a solid team. One of the reasons why, or one of the things that make me pick players is, well, except with the introduction of DEFCON, your attacking threat and the way your team plays as a whole. So right now, I'm not mad at Senesi, to be honest, and I'm not mad at Dan Burn either. So if you have Nick Pope, Dan Burn, those are good assets to go for as well. Chelsea players as well, the ones that are going to start, Enzo, if he's nailed on Friday, which is also another reason why I went for Sa. The other player I spoke about before, which was Doku. Doku to me is a good player, or is a good hold if you have him. The only issue with Doku is the fact that Pep rotates heavily, and Doku didn't start the last game. I'm pretty sure Doku is going to start this next game. I am pretty sure. And every time Doku starts, he assists Haaland in scoring goals. So there you have it, guys. That's the end of the video. Don't want to make this too long. I will be dropping more content on my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter channels. Yeah, all the handles there is Faye Talks FPL on all of them. You cannot miss it. But thank you for watching so far. Please like and subscribe. And remember, it's just FPL. We're here to have fun, and we're also here to enjoy ourselves. So peace out, guys, and take care.